Yo, my peoples, I'm Amy.E, and welcome to the 77th episode of EasyCast. Yay. It is just me today. My friends have all left me. I'm by myself and I'm alone. No. I decided to do a solo podcast because I haven't done one in quite a while. Um, and yeah, I've actually tried to record this. This is my fourth time trying to record a solo podcast. But first time I tried to come, I lost my keys. Second time, I got busy. Third time, I was too late. And here we are today. I got a couple topics to go through. I won't keep this long because obviously it's just me, and I don't think I can waffle for that long, but I'll try. Um, yeah, well, welcome to the 77th episode of EasyCast. It is, uh, we are in April, May, or March. I can't count. It's 29th of March today, and this might go out on the same day if I can finish the thumbnail in time. Um, but yeah, so a lot has happened since the last time I recorded a solo podcast. So I'd probably want to go through what happened since then and how life has been and just changes and new how would you say, like, new perspective of life. Yeah. Whoa. So last time, I did a solo podcast was before I went to Japan the second time. And it was pretty much, I was at the stage last year, I would say, trying to focus a lot on myself, trying to build the work experience because I just started work. I was finishing university, and now we're all done. Yay! Clap, 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 clap. Finish university. Yay! So that's good. Graduation hasn't happened yet, though. I'm just waiting till July for some reason. But all the studies is over, and my thesis is done. So, yeah, pretty much was on the grind for trying to get work experience because I feel like a lot of what makes you ready to become, like, to go to the next stage of life, you have to just go through life experience. And I think the best thing that helps is to just be put into the workforce that you're trying to aim into getting. Obviously, that's what you want to do. You want to try and, like, do a cadetship or do something related to what you're trying to get into. And then obviously through work and work and work, you would just learn things that you just can't learn without you just being put in there and time passing. So yeah, it was just a matter of time. So 6 months went by. I felt like I gained a decent amount of confidence at work. And then we did the second, oh, well, it's the third Japan trip, technically, because the first time we went was with my family. The second time was the international studies with Saeed and Abraham, my brother. And then the third time, I did the first 2 weeks that I went to Japan was kind of a um, like graduation trip. So it was kind of 2 weeks of going to different places in Japan because I haven't really spoken about it on the podcast yet. So I guess I'll just speak about it now. Um, like the first place we went to, it was me and my brother. And then after 2 weeks, he went back and I stayed and did my second international studies at the same university, Senshu University, in Kanagawa, right next to Tokyo. So that was fun. 2 months as well. So the first time we did it with Abraham and Saeed, that was 2 months. And then this time I did it by myself. But I also had other friends from the same uni that came. But obviously it's different experiences. This time it wasn't, I mean, like, because Saeed and Abraham, we're like the trio. So it was the first time where I was doing something alone, and with different people. And it was just a different experience. So I kind of want to talk about that. But before I get into what, like, the travels and everything, I just want to address someone. Oh, Saeed and Abraham were having a go at me for speaking in a bit of an American accent last time because I'm trying to make it more inclusive so that people can understand when they hear the podcast. So if you hear me speak in a bit of a softer American accent, or just like, it's mainly just the ends of some of my words, like words, because if I say words, some people, like, even when I was doing international studies, they were saying, I don't know what you're saying. They don't know what I'm saying. So I have to make it so that everyone can understand, because Australian accent is not easy to understand, understandably. That's a lot of words. And I actually have a problem with this mic. I'm going to get something and I'm going to break it so that I can fix it. But I forgot it this time. I need a screwdriver. Yeah, so if I speak in an American accent, it's to help people. Okay, I'm not American though. And I have a lot of friends from Oregon, so I'm doing this for them. I'm not, but if they're listening, thank you. Yeah. Anyway, so graduation travel, graduation trip. Yes, 2 weeks. This mic is pissing me off. 2 weeks of. Okay. I'm holding the mic. 2 weeks of international. 2 weeks of graduation travel. I went to the first place I went to in Japan was Okinawa. Went there for about 5 days, and then I did about 8, 9 days in Osaka, and then I did 3 days in Hokkaido, and then I came back to Tokyo, Kanagawa area, and that's when I started the 2 months of international studies. And yeah, I would say obviously I think it was a completely different experience. The first 2 weeks of being able to just see all our friends that we made from the first time we went and did studies, and then all the people that came to Australia throughout the past year, all of that, being able to see everyone in that span of time and not have to worry about work or anything and just kind of like really enjoy it. And it just felt like everything building up to finishing university, because I put in a lot of effort. I made sure to try and not fail no subjects. Like, alhamdulillah, thankfully, I didn't. And just to make sure to go, you know, gradually and just do everything properly from the beginning. So I always put in 100%. And, I can definitely say that the trip was an accumulation of all my efforts. And thankfully, I was able to have a lot of fun meeting all the friends that we made along the way. Oh my God. Yeah. So that was good. Um, I would say Okinawa has is probably the closest to Australia in Japan because of the way that there's beaches everywhere. And I don't know. I think the vibe is more calm. It felt like a more of a rural part of Japan, but just less people. It felt less like overstimulating, because in Tokyo and stuff, it's obviously understandable. There's so many people. There's so much going on. But Okinawa just felt really, really, really relaxed. I think it's definitely worth going there and going for a dive, because we did a dive there. Well, I didn't dive, but I snorkeled. My brother dived because I have some like ear problem with going down to different pressures, to different depths, and the pressure affecting me. But that was really nice. It was just kind of like surreal to just put your face in the water and you just see the whole ecosystem. I really enjoyed being able to just like see everything. It just feels like a completely different world. Oh my God. Yeah. So that was Okinawa. Osaka, every single day was like pretty much meeting up with someone different. Every day was one group of people, and we just did so many things, one after the other after the other. Went to Kobe, went to we went to Kobe twice, I think, and then we went to like just all around Osaka and stuff like that a lot of times. And I've come to realize that there is one fish that it's not a fish, it's actually like fish babies, whatever, accumulation of fish babies, and it's called mentaiko. Don't ever eat it in your life, okay? Thank you. I don't know how Japanese people like mentaiko, but I'm telling you right now, if you're not Japanese, don't try mentaiko, because I don't know how you can come to like it. If you just have mentaiko by itself, even if it's with rice, it just tastes disgusting. And it's not just me on this, my brother as well. So I'm telling you right now, if you go to Japan, don't ever try mentaiko. I hate it. You'll hate it. I'm telling you, you'll hate it because I know you hate it. And I don't know how Japanese people eat it. The only thing that is good with is if it's with like noodles or something, and it's like a little bit and it's mixed within it, it can have a good taste. But for some reason, there's just mentaiko in by itself or with um, rice and stuff like that is just not nice. But at least we tried it. It was good enough. We had to firm it. Yeah. Anyway, and then we went. There's places like Spotcha, which is, imagine a building with all these different types of sports and stuff that you can do, like sports activities like batting, giant volleyball and tennis, and different activities, basketball, archery, all of that, in just in a big building, bowling. And there's all there are these all around Japan, and it's pretty cheap as well. So that was also really fun. And then I think the best part was in Hokkaido, the food. The food is the best thing. I think Hokkaido has the best like Japanese food. It's most authentic, I would say so. Like the soba and the fried food, I forgot what it's called, tempura, and all of that stuff. But yeah, that was the graduation trip, and then we started obviously the experience of international studies once again. I would say that this time international studies was like before going into it, I was scared that it was going to be less uh, fun, or I was kind of worried about how much I could gain out of it, how much fun it could be compared to last time, because the first time we did it is the first time we did it, so it's going to be like it's going to mean a lot more, or what I thought it was going to mean a lot more to me, because it's the first time we went properly to Japan with friends and living in a dorm with all these people, making actual Japanese friends and blah blah blah. But I would say by the end of the second trip, I maybe because at this time I'm able to actually speak a lot more. When I went this time, I was able to obviously, after 1 year of being able to just do like practicing conversation, and every day I do 5 words, like 5 new Japanese words on my phone, and then about 30, 40 review. Um, just doing that every single day and speaking to new students and going to the Japanese club that's in our university, I was able to build up like conversational level. And I think by being able to do that, this time that when we went, it felt different in the fact that last time we really had to kind of try to put ourselves in people's circles, in people's groups, to get to know them, because we didn't obviously know how to speak their language yet. We were all beginners. But this time it felt like I could be a part of the group from the beginning. I was able to just meet everyone. And obviously, I think from the first time, so the first time we went was the beginning of last year. And then the second time was the beginning of this year, 2025. Obviously, there's been 1 year between each trip. And I think I was actively trying to work on, you know, being able to speak with more confidence and trying to just be a bit more out there, be more energetic. And I think it definitely played a big role with all that experience leading up to the second trip and being able to speak to everyone from the beginning. I'd say, like, yes, in the beginning, it felt like I was scared that it was going to feel boring, because obviously I didn't have Abraham or Saeed with me at the time. And it seemed like it was going to be, I don't know, like it's gonna just feel like it's just gonna be studies, but not actual hanging out with friends or feeling the vibes of what it felt like last time. But I think gradually just being able to connect with the people a lot better than I was able to last time, it definitely made this trip a lot more meaningful, I would say. I feel like the people that I met with this time, the connection that we had was probably more deeper, or a lot more, like it meant more. Not that it means more to me, but I think I was able to make it mean more because I was able to speak it. I was able to speak Japanese more. We're able to connect with the people that, like all the Japanese students in the dorm and other students, and it just felt like there was we were able to connect better compared to last time. So that's why I really actually really like the trip that just happened, because not only because of that, I was also able to meet everyone that I met previously. And there's a lot of students, like for example, the first time I spoke, I started learning Japanese after coming back from the first international studies and trying to speak to new Japanese students that came to our university in Australia. Um, they obviously only know me for knowing that beginner's amount of Japanese at that time. So being able to see those people again after 1 year, and then showing them like the big progress of now being able to conversate pretty well and understanding well, and just being able to connect better. It just felt like I was able to click with everyone like really nicely, smoothly. So it was definitely like leading up to leaving, it felt like there was going to be a big impact on me, because not because like, oh my god, the international studies, it was so fun and it's going to be nostalgic. It was mainly because coming back, everyone has left. Every single international, like Japanese student friend that we had, and not even non-Japanese international students, we had a lot of international friends that came to our university for studies, that all ended up leaving when I came back to Japan. When I came back from Japan to Australia, every student that we'd ever met has gone. Almost all of them, 99.9%. All the people that we were close with, all the people we would hang out with leading up to the second trip of Japan, leading up to all of that. There was all these friends, and then it just boom, zero. And I think that's why I was afraid that coming back to Australia, um, that because obviously now I'm working, I finished university, I have a lot more priority towards bigger responsibilities, like obviously focusing on work. I need to earn money. I need to start building up that side of things. And it's not just about having fun anymore. It's obviously being able to prioritize what's more important. But in saying so, because of that, I knew that I'm going to have less opportunity to meet a lot of new students and become close friends with them, and be able to, practice my hobby, which is speaking Japanese. That is my hobby. So, um, yeah, I think leading up to it, I was getting more and more. Uh, I would say not. It wasn't being sad that I was leaving, but it's more like it was a bit of like worry that I wasn't going to be able to, um, ha- be able to be as close to these people again, or to new students again as I was last time, and make like good friends. Because yeah, every time, every 3 months or whatever, the students go, and if you were close with them, then that's your fault. They're gone now, and so it feels like a friend reset every single, couple months. But there were some people that were here for a year, people here for 6 months, and that kind of helped. It was always something to look forward to at the end of the week. And now that I'm working, I have my free time is obviously after work, and then I want to look forward to something at the end of the week, but because everyone went back, and all the people from the international studies and all of that are all from different countries, so that everyone went back to their countries. It's like boom, you come back to absolutely nothing, and I think that was probably hard to like continue on from. It's more just like, okay, just keep focusing on work, and then eventually things will start to piece itself together. um but I think I found it hard to feel recognized in terms of being with friends that like I'm not able to really connect with as much as I can anymore. So what I mean by that is there's new students that have come to the university uh, whilst I was gone. I was still in Japan, and then also like whilst I'm working, there's a lot of new students that would come and hang out with, like, for example, my brother and Saeed and other friends and blah, 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 and go to the Japanese club and all these things, and just being able to hang out. So obviously they're able to get a lot more closer with these friends, a lot more, open with these people. Uh, and in my case, I think for me to become like closer to someone, or to become more open to someone, or just be a bit more of like myself, I would say I can't just show it from the beginning. I find it hard to be able to um, be like 100% myself and like energetic and whoa, uh, from the beginning, to show like what I am, um, unless I get to know you more and more. I need to see you, a couple times every week, blah, blah, blah. And then it kind of like develops that friendship. And then I'm able to actually be close friends with you. And I wasn't worried about that last year because I had the time to be able to meet all these students and make all these friends. And then I knew at the end of the week I was going to hang out with this person. At the end of this day, I was going to hang out with this person. Even though I started working like 8 months ago, before I went to Japan by like 4 or 5 months, whilst I was still doing uni, um, because I had those friends that I already made before starting work, I was able to always have something to look forward to at the end of the week. But this time, everyone's gone, so I have to like find a way, or what was going on in my mind was trying to find a way to be friends with people um fast. And that's what I found that was like pretty hard for me, was being able to be friends with people uh like faster than what it was like last year, because I didn't have the opportunity now to give it time. So I think I was trying to force myself to um to be persistent and in trying to like chase after people, uh even though like it's like I shouldn't be doing that, you know what I mean? So that's what was kind of going on in the last like maybe month, was because after I finished work, the people usually last year at the university, they would stay back for a couple hours, and then I would be able to go after work and hang out with them. Um, and then, happy days, we have a good time, 1 hour, go back home, and it's just rinse and repeat. It was kind of hanging out with someone, go back home, blah, blah, blah. And then I wouldn't worry about my time at work because I was looking forward to something afterwards. This time, every time we would hang out with new people, obviously, Buromi's name, my brother and Saeed have obviously already met with these people before. They've hung out with them. They're able to be a lot more like connective, if that's even a word, with. So when I come into play in that situation and I meet these people for the first time, and I have like, it feels like I had such little time to be able to try and connect with these people and become friends with them. It's like, it feels like, yeah, it feels, I kind of take the back seat, because if people already know each other and you're kind of there, you want to get to know these people and you try to reach out, but these people already know them. So it's kind of hard to like put yourself in the group. And so I was trying to force myself to kind of be someone I'm not, and be a bit too, I don't know how to say, like energetic or too much of, but like too much of me in that situation, but I don't need to be. That's not actually what I'm like. I'm not that person. I was trying to be, I guess, I was trying to get maybe not attention, but trying to be recognized, as I was saying. So I found it hard, or what I found hard coming back from Japan was being able to like make these new connections and feeling like I belong in that group of friends, because I barely get to really spend that time with them. And because I can't spend that time, it makes it really hard to feel recognized in that group. Um, but yeah, that's just something that I've learned, being like meeting with all these new people. And obviously through work, I always come late to the club and late to things. And when I finish work, a lot of people that everyone's gone back home now. There's no point. I can come into the university, everyone's gone. Or I come at the end when everything's all finished. So it's like I'm always at the end of things. Um, so then when it's time to actually hang out with all these people that I've barely met, it's hard for me to be able to feel that connection with them, or to be able to like get that connection with them. Or because, not that I don't want to, I actually want to, but because there's other people that are already closer with them, and et cetera, it feels hard to like put myself in there. So yeah, that's that's like one thing that I'm trying to work on, coming on like from now until the end of the year, is trying to be okay with not being able to be as close to some people, because that's just how it is in life, I guess. I have to focus on work now. I have to focus on certain things. Um, and you just have to, like, you can't, like, just the circumstances, the way it is, you just are going to have to deal with it. You know what I mean? So I guess that's one thing I'm learning. Um, and yeah, I guess other things that I wrote, like out of the 2025 self goals, is that, and then maybe trying to be a bit more, how do you say, like have a bit more tone when I'm like meeting someone for the first time, to be able to give a good first impression, um, so that so you can get people to want to actually speak to you. At the moment, I think it feels like, or what I think other people think of me, is that it's not really the type of where you meet me for the first time, you're gonna go away and not really care like that you met me for the first time, or you're gonna go away and not really think about anything I said or what we did or whatever, because it was just kind of, I don't know, if I don't really get to spend a lot more time with someone, I'm not able to really be able to go like deeper. And because for me, I'm more of a long term person in terms of like, I enjoy deep conversations, one on ones, being able to get to know people properly and have like good conversations and just like that type of friendship. Whereas compared to like short term bursts of just like one topic of something and being able to connect on just that. And then if these people go home, they will remember the people that were there for the like for the burst or the that short topic. But because I haven't been able to meet these people for a long time, they're gonna go. I feel like, in my opinion, they will go home and just not really care or remember most of me. You know what I mean? So it's kind of selfish on my end, but at the same time, it's not. Like, I want people to acknowledge, me, but the people that did have all gone now. So that's why I've been trying to I've been having a little bit of struggle with trying to connect with people better this year. But I'm working on it. So we'll see how that goes. Next time I do a solo podcast, I'll let you know. Um, and what makes it harder like what makes me miss Japan even more is that the on the airline, ANA airline, coming back from Japan, I was sitting down and I spoke to one of the flight attendants. Sorry. I spoke to one of the flight attendants and she spoke to me in English first, and then I responded to her in Japanese. And then she's like, oh my God, Nihongo Jozu, you are Japanese so good, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, cool. I did 2 months of studying, blah, blah, blah. And then, because obviously if you can speak their language, that makes that makes them want to speak to you more because you have something to connect with. And so I spoke to the flight attendants, like one or two of them, like quite a little bit of like quite an amount during that flight. And then towards the end of it, they give me a letter and an amenities bag, like a gift bag, saying like from ANA. And then they wrote a really nice letter, which I'll put on the screen now. Not on YouTube, but when I make a clip, I'll put it. So watch out for the clips. I've been making so many, by the way. I just haven't posted them yet, but they're gonna be posted soon. Let me get the message that they said. They said, it said, thank you for your study abroad experience. This experience will help you. I hope to see you again at ANA by the NH889 crew. And it had like little stickers and it was just a postcard. It was really thoughtful. So I've never seen any airline or just people do that. So that was really nice. And that's what made it like really like, damn, I'm really leaving Japan and they're going to make it hard for me to leave because they were just too nice. And it was just a good experience. But yeah, so I guess that's pretty much everything. That's there's nothing really. I don't really have any more topics. But just on that note, that's I guess why I like doing the podcast, because I get to like show our progress of what I'm thinking about in this time, and then give it maybe 6 months, or I mean, give it a couple months, and I do another episode. I'm able to reflect on what was happening now and be able to explain my progress in like things that I was working on. So right now, my thing that I'm trying to work on is being able to give off a good first impression, to be a bit more like, to be a bit more present, I guess, because I find that I'm always thinking too much when I'm talking to people, and it's not something that I can just like let go, but I feel like I'm overcomplicating things in my head because I'm trying to be perfect all the time, and that's what makes it hard, because I'm trying to be 100% all the time. If I'm not 100% that one or two times, I like it becomes like lockdown. Like my head shuts off, and then that's when I get like in a bad mood because I wasn't able to do it perfect. And understandably, you're never gonna get 100% all the time, and I understand that. I know that. So that's why I'm trying to be okay with not failing, but not doing 100% all the time. I think that's something that, I mean, as the eldest child, it just makes it like that. But I don't know. So maybe some other people that aren't the oldest child also feel that way. So yeah. if you can, I don't know. I don't know if you were able to even take anything from this podcast. It was mainly me just talking about my experience and what I'm working on and what I've been like going through in the past month. But I guess that's why I like the podcast, because I'm able to share uh, with the onlines, with the peoples, and it's like an outlet. I guess that's why I did anime editing, because I liked, being able to edit a song I liked or whatever I was feeling at the time and do something that I enjoyed. Um, but obviously, I stopped that now, and now we have the podcast. So I like to bring it back to a bit of more deeper podcast, because it's been a while. We've been doing a lot of fun and interesting things, but I also think it's good to bring it back to why I started the podcast, which was to give people more like advice and have people connect with a younger audience, a younger podcast that isn't always about like doing things for attention or for clout, they chasing like numbers and blah blah blah. So they do like immoral things, according to me, immoral things. Um, so yeah, if you could take something from this podcast, great. If not, then I'll see you on the next episode, where we have some fun topics also lined up. We have some fun clips, so make sure you check it out. And they should be posting from after this podcast. I'm gonna start posting clips. This is the final promise. I will 100%. If I have not posted a clip, actually, there's a good one. If I have not posted a clip in, like, by the time the next podcast goes out after this, uh, something can happen. I can get neck slapped by every person that is sitting here next time. Yeah, okay. I think that's a good punishment. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Um, yeah, I guess, I mean, if you have your own opinions about my experience, and if you'd like to share your thoughts, then go ahead, comment, please. I need some traction. We need some engagement. We're going to start posting clips. So hopefully things start going up a little bit more, because it's been 2 years, to be honest, of recording the podcast. I'm waffling right now. I'm talking too much because it's just me right now. And I don't like dead silence. But it's okay. Anyway, thank you guys for listening to this episode of Easy Cast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and I'm glad I was able to keep this. I mean, 30 minutes is not too short, but shorter than usual. Anyway, and rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram. What else are we on? YouTube. Subscribe. And yeah, thank you for listening. And this is Mort, by the way. Goodbye.